Come along with us as we travel from our home in South Carolina to Georgia and then on to Alabama to see what we can thrift to flip online for profit. This was the first store that we stopped at. The store was very clean and well organized. Their prices actually weren't that bad either. They did have a couple of sale colors, but I had trouble finding really anything at all in the women's clothing. My husband did find a leather blazer and a pair of Tecovas pants at this store, and that was all that we grabbed at this stop. I did, however, keep going back to these boots. They were called chick kickers. I couldn't find anything on them, so unfortunately, I did have to leave them behind. Here's a look at some of the hard goods at this store. There wasn't really much. I forgot we did go ahead and pick up 2 Mega Bloks Pokemon toys, and they were $4 each. We should be able to flip those for about $25 a piece. Our next stop was America's Thrift. This isn't a store that we have near us. The store was absolutely ginormous. However, the pricing was a lot higher than what we're used to seeing. So we did make this the only America's Thrift that we stopped at on this trip. My first find here was this coin sorting system. There were several of these scattered throughout this shelf, so I did grab them all to see what all there was. They did have them priced at $9.99 a piece, and then fortunately they sell for $15 to $20. Bags like this are not something that we're used to in our thrift stores around here. To be honest, they were quite overwhelming. Some of them had no rhyme or reason to them, and we couldn't really figure them out, but they were fun to look through. I did find a few different bags with these matching hair tool attachments in them. However, I couldn't find a brand on them, so I did leave them behind. I think linens are one thing in thrift stores that often get overlooked. I make sure I always look through the linens. There are several different things that are worth some good money. However, at this store, I didn't find anything. Okay, so I was heading over to get the cart from my better half, and I saw these sticking out. Ranch dressing. They are only a size 2. It looks like they'll go with the print between 40 and 50, and they are $10.09. I am not sure about the prices. Whew. Definitely not what I'm used to. I'm pretty sure there are a couple more of these stores on our list for this trip, and I'm wondering, with prices the way they are, if they should just be a skip. So I don't understand the pricing. So jeans are $10, the sweaters are $3 and $4. This is cute, vintage, embroidered, and plus size $4.39. So we get that. This one, a little bit too plain. Looks like I spoke too soon. Gap sweater, super cute. That's a $9.69. I have to be real picky right now. It is February, so it's coming to the end of the season. And now $7.99, $9.59. Goodness. If you shop here, where do you do the best? What section? Because it is not looking promising. At this point, I decided to go check out the shoes. There was a whole wall of boots. The shorter ones were all $14.99 and the tall ones were all $19.99. I found this purse. It is $4.99. I'm pretty sure it's handmade. I don't see any tags. So I think based on style alone, I will grab it. This next store was our last stop on day one. They did have some really good color sales going on. I grabbed this pair of Beta brand pants. They were $7. These Judy Blues were new with tags and they were 50% off, so $7.50. And then these Cabela cargo pants were $2.50. Be sure to follow along for the rest of our thriftcation. If you haven't hit that subscribe button and this is content that you like, be sure to do so, and we'll see you on the next one.